Hey Tommy, welcome to this very special premiere video. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
What is the bad news?
The bad news is that Toyota is not bringing the iconic Toyota Land Cruiser, but the good news is that they are bringing in the new Lexus LX, which basically is a Land Cruiser in Lexus clothing.
That's right, Toyota recently revealed the 300 series of Land Cruiser to the rest of the world. They said it's not coming to the US, but instead, we're getting this beast. And in this video, we are going over all the crazy details surrounding the brand new Lexus LX, and we're going to have a discussion. Is this a fit replacement for one of the most iconic nameplates ever to exist here in the world?
This Halloween special video was brought to you by our friends at Manscaped.com. Manscaped just came out with this. This is 16 ounces of metal goodness. It is their new body wash, and it is cruelty-free. It's even gluten-free, and it's vegan. And it has this handy-dandy pump. Solid, and it looks good. Offering full-body cleansing, this formula makes all hollows one hell of an Eve. Getting the Performance Package Kit? I recommend it because it comes with the brand new Lawnmower 4.0, and this is everything you need to cut up that new undead dance floor for Halloween, baby. Want a hell of a discount? Go to manscaped.com and use the promo code FASTLANECAR for 20% off your order, plus free shipping. Your friends, both alive and undead, your balls, your body, and everyone around you will thank you. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FASTLANECAR at manscaped.com.
Yeah, the new LX is going to be called the Lx600, replacing the old 570, which, get this, went into production 14 years ago.
The third generation, absolutely, yeah. So the 200 series has been around for a long time. Now we're finally getting a new one. And the best part is the new LX will arrive in dealers in just a few months, starting in Q1 of 2022.
All right, well, let's get into the nitty-gritty, Tommy. There's obviously extensive upgrades, new platform, new engine, just like the new Land Cruiser, which, once again, we're not getting.
But that's okay, because let's talk about the look. I think the Lx600 does a good job of evolving the look of the outgoing model. Now, the outgoing one had some criticism from the online community for being a little bit overwrought, especially with the big grille, the spindle grille. The new one still has the big grille, but I think it's a little bit toned down compared to the old one.
7 sets of bars on the standard model and a mesh grille. Of course, those bars are not vertical like a Jeep, but they are horizontal.
So the rear end also gets a new design. The new LED taillights stretch across the rear of the liftgate, as is so common in new vehicles, and you get Lexus script across the rear in place of the logo. Now, it still is overall pretty similar in terms of its overall design aesthetic to the old LX 570. It's actually on the same wheelbase, 112-inch, which is actually the same since the first generation in the mid-90s. And you also get massive wheels. How big?
22-inch wheels, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right, what does a new LX600 bring to the table?
Well, this is the new TNGA-F platform, so same as the Land Cruiser. And, you know, pretty similar to the new Tundra as well. So still body-on-frame technology. However, Lexus says it's 20% more rigid than before and also lighter.
You know, they always say that, Tommy. I don't know how you measure that, but I suspect cars would be like granite solid because every generation gets stiffer.
Yeah, so 441 pounds lighter than the old LX. Not something to shake a stick at, by the way. That's a lot of weight that they shaved off. And technical specs aren't released, but if we look at the current one, subtract 441 pounds, this should be somewhere around 5,500 pounds. So it's basically a Lotus.
Yeah. Yeah, if a Lotus weighed several tons.
That's right. So what's the engine, Dad?
It's a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, the same one that we just drove, I suspect, in the new Tundra. 409 horsepower, 479 pound-foot of torque.
Yeah, so pretty similar to the new Tundra, but more powerful in the Lexus application. 20 more horsepower, and it's a nice bump over the old one, which was rated at 383, 403, and you've got a 10-speed automatic transmission.
Yep, once again, the same one that I suspect is in the Tundra. The new LX switches to electric power steering rather than hydraulic, which is the way of the future.
So one thing we should mention, and I don't want to fall fall into this trap on the new generation. When the old one came out, everyone said that underneath, oh, it's just a Tundra. Oh, the Land Cruiser is just a Tundra. Well, they're actually really, really different, even though it's easy to say they're the same. So we're going to have to wait and get our hands on this new generation to see just how similar it is to a Tundra in person. But let's talk about the stuff that everybody wants to know, which is the off-road gear. Because if we're not getting a Land Cruiser, this thing better be pretty good out in the dirt. So talk to me about what we're looking at, Dad.
I thought the stuff everybody wants to know about is like how cold that refrigerator gets in the center section.
Well, so the Lx600 gets the same sort of off-road equipment as the new Land Cruiser. So think multi-terrain select, 6 selectable modes: auto, dirt, sand, mud, deep snow, and rock. And this, of course, will change the engine calibration, the traction control calibration, and the suspension tuning to the different driving conditions. And multi-terrain select that only used to work in low range, and now it also works in what?
In high range.
Ooh, very fancy.
Yeah, that means if you're flying around a corner on the highway, you can turn on multi-terrain select. I don't know why you would want to do that, but I guess you could.
So another cool thing, active height control, or AHC. Just like the old one, we have height adjustable suspension, 4 settings: normal, high 1, high 2, and low for passenger entry and exit. And Dad, talk to me about crawl control. Is it going to be in the new LX?
Yeah, it gets crawl control, and if it's like the Tundra, it no longer does that kind of drum line, it gets very quiet, because I just drove the Tundra and it's very seamless.
There's also a new multi-terrain monitor, which uses cameras to help the driver see around the vehicle, and you'll be able to view this on the 12.3-inch infotainment display. And there's also a back underfloor view, which superimposes the vehicle over a transparent underfloor image based on the images in the foreground taken from the front camera. Talk to me about the important numbers, Dad. What's the ground clearance, approach, departure, that kind of thing?
Ground clearance is not that overwhelming. 9 inches, 25-degree approach, 23-degree breakover, 20-degree departure, and 27 inches of water fording capability are all the same as the previous model. Let's face it, Tommy, if you're going to take a Lexus off-road, you're going to get like the GX, and you're going to wait till it's at least 7 years old.
But the issue is, in the past, you would get a Land Cruiser. Now this is a Land Cruiser here in the States, so you have to get this. But I'm really excited to see what the aftermarket does in terms of bumpers, maybe suspension modifications, wheels, and tires to make this thing into the off-road machine that I think we all know it is potentially capable of. So, infotainment and interior. What are the 2 screen sizes?
12.3 inches upper screen and a 7-inch lower screen. Upper display shows navigation, audio, and multi-terrain monitor. Lower display deals with climate controls, and in support screen for multi-terrain select. New human-machine interface to improve accessibility through touch and voice. That sounds like a PR nightmare.
There's also new voice assistant technologies and an available 25-speaker Mark Levinson surround sound system. So in terms of safety, Lexus Safety System Plus 2.5, so it gets all the latest and greatest in active safety technology, pre-collision system, auto emergency braking with pedestrian and bicycle detection, emergency steering assist, all come standard, dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure alert, intelligent high beams, and roadside assist are all part of the system as well. So lots and lots and lots of safety gear as you would expect. And there's now a new ultra luxury trim.
Yeah, offers more of a VIP experience for the rear seat passenger. The front seats can move forward. Well, that's nothing special. Most car front seats can move forward.
But not. I think what we mean by this is in the back seat, you can scoot forward the front passenger seat for that ultimate in rear seat legroom.
Been there, done that.
There's also a footrest that deploys from behind the front passenger seat. 43 inches of rear seat legroom, which is better than both what Delta and United offer. Other luxury changes include sunshades, rear reading lights, overhead ceiling vents, and rear seat displays. And the ultra luxury gets exclusive curved headrest seatbacks and custom cushions when compared to the standard model.
I'd be more impressed if it was a rear ceiling fan and not just vents. Now that would be something that would be unique.
So there's an Lx600f Sport coming as well. So even the ginormous LX is going to get the F Sport treatment. So that has the mesh grille, unique wheels, F Sport logos, and sportier seats. There's also an ultra white as an exclusive exterior color.
Yeah, that's becoming like a hot color now. Not the regular white, but the uber white. You know, the whiter than white. That's like a new thing right now.
I have no idea what that means, but other changes...
No, there are styles in colors, right? And
Wait, it's white. How do you make it even more white than white?
Ultra whites are becoming hot right now.
This sounds like a Spinal Tap situation.
It's true.
It's not just black. It's ultra black. What does that mean?
I'm just saying that, there are styles in everything, and right now, ultra white is very popular.
All right, so other changes: a Torsen limited slip differential, differently tuned front and rear dampers, and a rear stabilizer for better cornering. Now, I'm curious, is that limited slip differential going to mean better off-road capability? We'll have to wait and see, because I'm not seeing any talk of lockers or any kind of that kind of stuff on this new LX. So excited to see what it's like off-road. What is the availability?
It will go on sale early 2022, first quarter. Pricing not available yet, but we do know the old LX started at 86. I thought we just said pricing, didn't we? Isn't there somewhere in here where we just said pricing? So please forget the pricing that we said. When we said it, I felt like that was wrong, because pricing usually isn't announced till closer on sale date.
Dad, I don't think we talked about pricing.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure we didn't. But the current one starts at $86,930, so the new one's probably going to be a little bit more expensive. 5 trims: standard, premium, luxury, F Sport, and ultra luxury. Now, personally, I think they did a better job styling this car than the current generation. The interior looks absolutely stunning. I'm a little bit upset that there's not like an off-road version, but maybe there'll be one coming down the road. And super excited to tow with it and see what it's like in the real world.
Yeah, this is a vehicle that I don't think goes off-road much. Like I say, I think most people take the GX if they do take a Lexus. And I know that the Land Cruiser was the one that people would off-road, but I just don't see this going off-road. I feel like this is going to be cruising down the streets of Hollywood Boulevard, or, to the local Whole Foods near you. It just seems like it's a very premium vehicle meant for an older generation of people who still love the monster SUV that is, a sign of wealth, prosperity, and I have made it.
You say that, but a lot of the pictures they sent us are of the LX off of the road. So I think there is a lot of built-in goodness there.
But to be fair, they could put it on the moon. It doesn't mean it's going to go on the moon.
So
that's true, Tommy.
Maybe it's got more capability than we think. The 22s, of course, are not pointing in that direction. But, maybe we'll be crazy enough to slap some 18s on it.
Every manufacturer wants to kind of have that youthful, lifestyle-y image, and I think that's what they're going for with the pictures.
Yes, but Dad, not every manufacturer has a low range and multi-terrain select and crawl control, and that's what makes this thing special.
If I were Toyota, I would definitely knock on corporate's door and say, bring back the Land Cruiser. I'm still a little bit bummed out that it's not coming. I think that is an iconic vehicle, and to walk away from vehicles like that, you should know that Toyota, you're doing that at your own risk. And I get that this is the replacement for it, but as a huge fan of the Land Cruiser, I'm still a little salty about the fact that, I was just watching pictures of it, that they're getting it in places like the Middle East, and we unfortunately do not get it.
Well, let us know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, we'll see you back over at TFLcar.com for the latest and greatest in new car intros.
And that is a big, big grill on the front of that thing.
I like it. I think it looks good in the new one.
I like it too.
I like it.
I think the spindle grill has been refined, and it looks a little bit like a transformer. There's a little bit of transformer in that. See you guys next time. Ciao.